Hi, this is Charlie Hutto and Kendall Lara.
Yeah, Kendall, that's my name.
Yes, Andrew here. And
Well,
Andrew...
my name's Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall. And today this is episode 3 of And Here's Why. And so today we are going to be talking about why young Earth creationists should not be allowed to teach science in public schools.
Science plural, sciences.
Why they should not be allowed to teach sciences in school. And quick disclaimer, we're not advocating a belief in anti-theism or that young Earth creationists should not be allowed to teach in general. We're just saying that they should not be allowed to teach in the sciences.
Which is not very... it's actually extremely prejudiced, but let's go ahead and go.
Right. This is an extremely prejudiced video. That's the disclaimer. Now let's get into the science of it. So, the first topic, the subtopic that we're going to talk about, is how it is almost impossible for someone to properly teach a subject that directly conflicts with their personal beliefs. And now someone says, but wait, science and religion can go together. Well, that's true, but you know what doesn't go together? Science and anti-science. And young Earth creationism is based on an anti-science. So those of you who didn't see the Ken Ham versus Bill Nye debate, which I would recommend watching, by the way, Ken Ham, who was the young Earth creationist, saying that the Earth was it 6,500 years old?
65?
6,500 years old?
I think it was
That's about right.
I think it was 6,554 and a half years.
Okay.
Plus 7 days, of course.
Right, of course. So, that being the case, his debate was basically contingent because obviously the young Earth creation model isn't compatible with modern science. So he came up with a very clever loophole, and that's the separation of observational science and historical science. That being that the historical science is science and physics and chemistry and biology that has worked in the past. Observable science would be science we can look at and see how it works. Now, I don't know about you, Kendall.
But it's basically like saying leeches used to work. They just don't work today.
Right. But my point is, I've never tipped over a cup and it not spilled, and so I would have no reason to think that if I tip over a cup, it wouldn't spill, right?
Well, to be fair, I think the rain dances used to work.
Okay, well, that aside, that's what the argument for young Earth creationism's compatibility with sciences is based on. And the simple fact is that's not true, and we all know it's not true. We're not even going to entertain, for this video at least, we're not even going to entertain the fact that evolution doesn't exist because it's been proven so many times and there's so much data to support it.
I'd like to, but I don't think he'll let me. I think he'll
Right. So, yeah, I'm badgering you like a witness. So, that's not even for debate. Now, that being said, other reasons why that they shouldn't be allowed to teach is because they would have to teach things that can't work with their model. Like, for example, the geologic column or speciation. Did you want to speak to either one of those points?
Well, like, speciation, I think that there are about 17 million extant species, between...
Are you sure it's 17 million?
Of course it's 17 million. I damn well said it.
Alright. Good enough evidence. Anyway.
Maybe it's 17...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Keep going.
Okay. Anyway, it's a lot of species.
AP Bio student right here.
Yeah, and it, takes a lot of time to make those species, hundreds of thousands of years. It took millions of species for, the genus to form, but to form the specific family and then species would have took hundreds of thousands of years. And just from, about 4,000 years ago, we couldn't have that many species from the amount that we started with.
Right, because almost every young Earth creationist also believes in the flood in Genesis, right?
Yeah.
So then they would have to say that the actual life started from that, which, as we know, that couldn't happen based on incest and what have you.
Basically, 17 million species, 34 million individual organisms that couldn't fit on the ark.
Right. Even with the bacteria and things that...
Yeah. Maybe it was billion, not billion. Billion?
It's kind of an important.
Million.
It's kind of an important qualifier.
I'm gonna say trillion.
Maybe you should work for public education.
Okay, that sounds good.
Basically, you could definitely get a job in public education with how well you know the subject.
That'll work.
Our school is terrible. Anyway.
It's gazillion.
Right. So 3.6 or 7 gazillion, to be exact.
3.6354 gazillions.
Right. Okay. So, getting back down to brass tacks and seriousness, would you let a person who believed that the Earth was flat teach geography?
I would.
I don't think so.
I think it would be funny.
I think it would be hilarious and easy to teach on the maps. But you wouldn't let them teach your kids. And the same theory applies. Young Earth creationists who believe that the Earth was created 6,000 years ago should not be allowed to teach sciences that are directly related to that subject. Like, for example, specifically, biology, geology, astrology.
Yeah. We should just send them to, a summer camp where they can concentrate on reading, the actual book.
We're not sending them to concentration camps.
Why
No,
not?
they're called focus camps.
Okay.
That's not to say, theoretically, it wouldn't be as bad if they were teaching certain sciences that weren't directly relating to it, like chemistry or physics wouldn't be quite as bad, although you did get into, for example, carbon dating, which young Earth creationists believe to be... Witchcraft, is it? They believe witchcraft. So,
it's called sorcery.
sorcery. So that's another reason they shouldn't be allowed to.
It's called firebending.
Yeah. Another thing is they would I think you could get into the complaint about religious freedom, and the fact is, no one's saying that they couldn't have those beliefs. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. No doubt there. But the problem is, when they're trying to give beliefs that are wrong and contrary to what they're teaching, and it's impossible for it to be compatible with this direct subject, then they shouldn't be allowed to teach. They're trying to indoctrinate with these outdated theories and superstition, and it's just not right. It's the way our society has worked for so many years, and it's time that it's gotten away from that completely. Anything else you want to say?
Well, Bill Nye and watched the debate and
Geologic column?
Oh yeah, in the column.
And watch Ken
Well,
Hovind.
I don't care what Charlie says, but it does go straight from England to Australia. Just watch Total Recall and...
Right. Total Recall. Anyway, I think next video we'll have a more well-educated guest star.
What? More educated?
Yes.
Who would you get more educated? You could get...
You're talking like you're stoned.
I am.
Kindle, Dark Souls.
That sounds good right now.
Okay. I think we've covered everything. You have any comments or complaints? Leave them in the question box below.
Please
there.
leave the complaints especially.
Yes, especially the complaints, because I want to argue with you and tell you why you're wrong. I think that's about it. Okay. Is it nothing else?
Nah.
No Dark Souls?
Nah.
No Smog Demon?
No.
No Cup of
It's
Diabetes?
smog and orange tea.
Cup of Diabetes?
Maybe cup of diabetes.
Cup of Diabetes. Alright. Thanks for watching!